What happens to a government business set-aside certification program when the entrance requirements massively change? That was a question from JJPT20 on a video I'll link below. And he was specifically referring to the Texas Historically Underutilized Business Program. But since not everybody is in Texas, let me broaden it out to a little bit on the federal level. So if you remember, this all started back in 2023 when the Supreme Court ruled on Students for Fair Admissions v. Harvard that affirmative action, i.e. the immutable characteristics like gender and also race, cannot be determinant factors when allowing entrance into Harvard. This has flown down into both the federal level and then also state level and local level business set-aside certifications. For instance, because of this, a 8A program was challenged against the USDA, and there was one, and so the federal government had to then modify the entrance requirements for the 8A program, removing gender and race as determining factors. This now has come down to state and local levels across the board, and if your state hasn't yet changed it, it will to be in compliance with the law under the United States government. So Texas has what's called a historically underutilized business program. It's an umbrella, or was an umbrella, for what other people certify individually, like minority, women, service-disabled, veteran-owned small businesses. Everyone fit under that one category. Now, what occurred on December 2nd was the comptroller sent out an email stating that if you are a minority-owned business or you are a woman-owned business, and that was your sole entrance requirement for getting into the historically underutilized business program, you're immediately out of the program. If you're a service-disabled veteran-owned small business, you're still inside of the program. What is going to happen now to the procurement rules, the goals inside the state of Texas? Well, if we take a look first at the federal level, it is the executive who changes the subcontracting or the prime contracting goals with small businesses inside of these business set-aside certification programs. So they can move it up, they can move it down. For instance, when the 8A change came out, President Biden didn't change anything with the 8A program. Trump comes into office, he changes a bunch of factors for all the business set-aside certifications. In Texas, same thing. The procurement law is run by the executive branch, and therefore procurement changes, regulations, laws are going to be first impacted by the executive, and obviously the Texas legislature and also judicial branch can chime in and change things as well. So what are we seeing right now? Well, the procurement law hasn't actually changed, and it lists right up there the different goals for the different set-aside programs based upon service. Now, that could change. Who knows, because of supply and demand. Are there enough service-disabled veteran-owned small businesses? Who knows? Out of the quote 19,000 historically underutilized business certified companies, how many of them are service-disabled? That's a good question. We'll see how this filters down, but for right now, nothing is changing inside the state of Texas for its procurement activity goals. Hope this helps. If you got any other questions, feel free to comment below.